gosh, we were hoping it was just like racks in her ears, so they did that process. And one thing after another, they were checking on her. And, but she was still deaf. And so I shed a lot of tears, and even when she was about 4 years old, they put a cochlear implant on one of her ears and one side of her head. And so I had seen on YouTube that process, and I'm just like, oh my, I just cried. I'm like, oh, I don't want her to go through this. But anyhow, we were in Omaha, and she's 4 years old, and she's already getting that surgery, and I have Esai and Jolie in the motel room, and they were still sleeping, and I was on my knees praying. And with all my heart, I said, God, come on. I know who you are. So why don't you just heal her? I mean, the doctors can say, oh, we're not even going to give her a cochlear implant because she's miraculously healed. But it didn't work that way. And so then I get up and go and visit her in her bed. And Naja, God has just given her this boldness, and she's really brave, and like nothing hurts her, nothing brings her down. She's like happy all the time. But through that whole thing, I'm thinking, how can God get the glory through this? How can I tell people, wow, God He didn't heal her. But the amazing thing and the cool thing about all that is that the years have gone by. She got a second cochlear implant, and of course they said she wasn't going to be able to talk at all, and she would use some words, but not very good because 4 years old is really late. She lost out on all her sounds. The buck, dogs, things. And so anyway, God just really did a good thing in her, and boy, she talks a lot now. Yeah, she talks a lot, and so, but this little girl does everything. I mean, nothing stops her. She wants to do this, wants to learn that, wants to do this, wants to do that, and she doesn't care what anybody thinks. And so, but what the coolest thing though I was going to tell you, I didn't get there, is that we're always talking about Jesus, her and I. And just about a couple of weeks ago, we were coming home from Alvita, we were driving, and she was asking me questions about the Lord, and I'm just like, man, how? And she's not, how can I say? I'm just like, how can I tell her more, get deeper into the Word? How can I tell her? Because I know she loves the Lord. Anyhow, so we talked about it and everything. But last night when we were in the kitchen, she amazed me. She brought her Bible to my house, and she opens up her Bible, and she starts teaching me. Right. And I'm like, what? And so even though I didn't say it out loud, God knows the mama's heart, the grandma's heart. And so she started teaching me about the Word of God, and I'm just looking at her, and I'm like, wow, where'd you learn all these things? So she pulled the Bible out. She was right here. And so she starts telling me about Cain, and did you know Adam and Eve, blah, blah, blah. And just starts getting really deep into the Word. But you know what? That's just beautiful. And I praise God for that. And I was telling her, you know what? You can be in church every day, and that's not going to take you to heaven. That's right. I can be in church every day, and I can sacrifice all these things, but if I don't have a personal relationship with Jesus Christ, all those things mean nothing. And so anyhow, she's going to try to sing this song, and just worship the Lord as she does.
God should use you too. Use our young people to make a difference in our community. Amen.
Testing.
I have a brother that's deaf. He's in the hospital right now. And he's thought he was having a heart attack. He'd had one already earlier at another time. And thought he was having another, and he's in the hospital. And so my sister was talking to him, and he says, well, you know, he was kind of afraid he was having a heart attack, so they took him to the hospital. But she said, well, you know, when you get to heaven, you'll be able to hear. And that'd be a big deal. This made me think of that, because he said, will I be able to sing?